Santorini has amongst the world's most famous sunsets, and I'm sure you've seen this picture 1,000 times already. Now this picture comes from Oia, Santorini's most famous but also most touristy village. But what if I told you that there are many more sunset spots, hidden spots, with no crowd at all? You like that? Hey guys, welcome to Santorini Explained. My name is Sebastian, I'm a tour guide here in Santorini, and today I'm sharing with you some of my favorite spots to watch the sunset from in Santorini. Now, the first thing you should know when it comes to sunsets is that everyone who comes to Santorini has the sunset on his to-do list. So don't think that you'll be able to just miraculously find the perfect sunset spot with no one around you. And that's why tip number one, if your hotel room has the sunset view, well, I can tell you from now already, this will be one of the best sunset experiences you will have in Santorini, because you will be alone, and being alone is priceless in Santorini. Tip number two, if you booked a tour that includes a sunset, whether that's on a boat, a kayak, or a wine tour, that should also be a very special one, because those tour operators know exactly where to bring you in order for you to avoid the crowds. So another tip would be, if you can book a tour, whether in the morning or the same tour for the same price in the afternoon, which is often the case, then in my opinion, you should book the afternoon tour 100% so that you have the sunset. Alright, now that you have those two tips in your bag already, let me tell you 6 hidden spots for the sunset in Santorini. As I said earlier, I won't be talking about Oia. I know that those pics get you hyped up, but you know what doesn't get you hyped up? This. Unfortunately, Oia is suffering from its own popularity, and the congestion at sunset time has really destroyed the experience. So, let's have a look at the map of Santorini. The lighthouse of Akrotiri is the first spot I want to mention. This is how it looks like. There is a secret, however. The secret is that when you reach this point, you have to turn left and climb the hill. If you don't and you go straight, you'll see how it's definitely not a secret spot. By the way, I'm leaving all the GPS coordinates in the description box down below. The second spot is the village of Pyrgos. It's the highest village on Santorini, which means that you get insane views from up there, especially at sunset. This is how it looks like from the castle of Pyrgos at the very top of the village. There are also a couple of bars and restaurants with this view, which is a nice alternative. By the way, Pyrgos is one of the most underrated villages of Santorini. It's pretty much as beautiful as Oia, but with 10 times less tourists. Alright, ready for my third spot? Taxiarchis church. This little church is located in the middle of nowhere, and because it's a bit hard to find, nearly no one goes there. But don't worry, with the GPS coordinates I'm leaving you, you'll be able to find it. My fourth spot is in Mavro. It's also a church, and it looks like this. Beautiful, right? And it's only a 5-minute walk from the center of Mavro, so if you're staying in that village, you really have no excuse not to go. Talking about Mavro, usually online you will find another spot being advised, which is called the heart of Santorini. And even though, yes, it is a beautiful place, it did become pretty popular and it tends to get a little too crowded these days. My fifth spot is at the entrance of Imerovigli village, and it looks a bit like this. Now this place is located just next to the main walking path of Imerovigli, which has hundreds of people passing by every day. But it's nearly impossible to find just by coincidence because it's pretty hidden. The trick is to climb those stairs when you see them. Once again, all the GPS coordinates down there, including where to find those stairs. Our next spot is this hill just outside of Oia village. And while thousands of people are getting squeezed inside of Oia, that hill is empty. Now, my advice would be, don't cross the entire island just to watch the sunset from there. The two scenarios where I would advise you to go there are, one, if you already are in Oia 1.5 to 2 hours before sunset, instead of staying in Oia and getting trampled by the crowds, leave early and start walking the hill. And scenario number two, if you plan on doing this 10-kilometer hike from Fira to Oia, in which case this church will be on your way anyway. And if you start walking from Fira 3 hours and a half before sunset, you'll reach that church just on time for a beautiful sunset. So tell me, are you excited to come to Santorini and try one of those 6 secret spots I gave you? If yes, please hit the like button and consider subscribing if you want more information about Santorini. Also, if you want to see what type of tours I run here in Santorini, you can find everything on my Instagram page. Alright, there are many more things to do in Santorini apart from just watching the sunsets. If you want to know which activities I recommend you to do on the island, you can check out this video right here. And if you want to know more about this hike I just mentioned from Fira to Oia, you can click right here. Alright, that's a wrap. See you in the next one. Bye.